Hi everyone. There is one topic that is very close to my heart, and I believe it is the heart and the soul of the world that we live in as well. Integration. As much as I believe that everything is integrated in the world and our lives, so often I have found myself being forced to make choices and decisions that are completely disintegrated, as if every decision I make only points to an isolated island detached from everything else in my world. Being a medical student, more often than not, I was forced to choose to define my own profession in the terms of science or a social in science, which to me cannot exist isolated from one another. Then something changed almost a year back. I had the opportunity to be a part of the FAIR project as a change maker. The FAIR project, for all those who don't know, is an online experiential program organized by 8 Goals 1 Foundation in collaboration with UNESCO New Delhi's cluster office. And it attracted my attention because it gave me the space to organize my own creative conflicts within and without to find sustainable solutions. As a part of the FAIR project, I ran my idea of integration by administering the FAIR methodology, by doing the necessary fact finding and familiarizing, advocating for the alternate viewpoint, interrogating and introspecting, and finally reasoning and rationalizing my resultant opinion. At the end of the program, we were to present our thoughts at the showcase, Changemakers Showcase. And I called mine The Man Who Mistook His Wife for a Hat. I delivered a 12-minute monologue, and the gist of which was that only by combining seemingly disintegrated things, different things, can we find solution to the major world problems. A year later, while I continued to work on this journey to find myself in not so integrated world, continuing to learn and unlearn, I stumbled on this opportunity to integrate in my own field. The two very frequently used words, actually very frequently used together in the post-COVID times, but more often than not seen as diametrically opposite. Public and health. Together with AMSA India, which is basically a community of medical students across India, through Project W.A.S.H, which stands for Water, Sanitation and Hygiene, I finally got the opportunity to create integration that I longed for. And so I instantly knew my first project had to be to give my peers a chance to discover this integration for themselves in their own unique ways, exactly the way the FAIR project had done for me. What followed was sleepless nights, post-hospital hours, something that I think medical students should get used to discover our 20 change makers who, despite their busy schedules, were willing to find water, sanitation and hygiene for themselves and what it meant to them. What followed was the creation of a fair space at AMSA India. While the fair space became a lot of things, more often than not, it involved us questioning our very own medical biases, disintegrated from the social aspects. However, through the endless conversations with all the 20 change makers over the last 1 month in all the 5 areas, namely Swachh Bharat, green menstruation, manual scavenging, shipping and toxins, water pollution, one thing that I ended up unlearning and learning was that maybe there is still room for integration in this not so integrated world. And none of it would have been possible without the dedicated efforts of the 20 change makers and the entire team of A Fair Space at AMSA. To that effect, and for the first time, I present to you our 20 change makers from A Fair Space at AMSA.